Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do fried chicken. So this fried chicken recipe is exactly like my chicken strip recipe. It's very, very easy. I have 2 bowls of chicken legs. That's what my kids like to eat the most. So we only do chicken legs, but you can do chicken thighs or you can do chicken breasts as well, as long as it has a bone in it and the skin on it. Okay, so because it's a double recipe of the chicken legs, I have 4 cups of buttermilk, and I have some garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, cayenne pepper, salt, and pepper. I'm just going to put that in the buttermilk, and I'm going to mix it together. Let me get my whisk. The buttermilk kind of helps the chicken retain some of its juices, and it gives it a nice flavor. I always season my buttermilk really well. I never season my flour. I feel like if I season the flour, it drops off in the oil a lot more than it does if it's in the wet ingredients. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this into my chicken. And I'm going to have 2 separate bowls. I'm going to do about half and half. This doesn't have to be swimming on the chicken. It just has to cover most of the pieces. Some of your pieces are going to stick out, and that's perfectly fine. Made a mess. I always make a mess. I should probably have my apron on. All right, so all I'm going to do is kind of lift some of these pieces up so the buttermilk goes all the way to the bottom. It touches all sides of each of the pieces of chicken. These chicken have been washed and cleaned. And then what I will do is let this sit in the bowls for about 30 minutes at room temperature. I don't put it back in the fridge. If I put it back in the fridge, it cools it down too fast. So when I go put it in the hot oil, it drops the oil temperature. We don't want to drop the oil temperature because then it won't cook as evenly. All right, the chicken is covered in buttermilk. I'm going to put lids on these. I'm going to clean up, and then while the chicken is coming to room temperature, it's sitting on the counter, I'm going to put a big pot or a cast iron skillet on the stove with some oil. I like to use canola oil. You can use whatever kind of oil you like to fry in. In about 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I'll start to turn that oil on. That way it gets nice and hot before I put my first piece of chicken in. All right, so I have my cast iron on the stove. It's heating up. I have about 3 to 4 inches of oil in there. I need quite a bit more oil for the fried chicken than I do chicken tenders or chicken strips, just because they're thicker. You don't want to cover them completely in oil. You just want to cover them about 3/4 of the way. Okay, so I'm going to get some flour in my pie plate, and then I'm going to bread a handful of the chicken. I'm not going to do it all at once. I'm going to let the rest of it sit in the buttermilk a little bit longer. And again, I do not season my flour. Every time I've seasoned my flour, I feel like the seasoning, especially the salt, falls off of the flour in the oil, and that dirties up your oil. All right, so I have my plate. I have my chicken that's been sitting for it's been about 25 minutes already. I have my flour in my pie plate with no seasoning, and I have my oil heating up on the stove. All right, so let's get started. So this gets messy. I always use my fingers when I do this. I have not found an easy way to do it with forks or tongs or anything like that. So I feel like the best way to bread chicken is with your hands. You can wear gloves if you want to, but I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I do wash them quite often when I'm cooking, so it doesn't bother me at all to get chicken on my hands, or flour, or the buttermilk, or any of the things. So what I'm gonna do is bread this right now. I'm going to set it on the plate, and here in about 5 minutes, I'll see if it needs to go through the flour one more time. Sometimes after it sets, it gets too wet with the buttermilk, so I'll have to add a little bit more flour. I don't want it to be completely dry with the flour, but I want it to be kind of gummy, I guess is what you would call it. You want your chicken to set with the flour on it for about 5 minutes anyway. You don't want to flour it and then put it straight in your oil. If you flour it and let it set, the flour and the breading sticks to your chicken a little bit better. If you throw it right in the pan, it's just going to fall off. I'm only going to do about 5 pieces for now. I'll probably only put 4 in my pan, but that's okay. I want to have an extra one breaded and ready to go in case I need it. And as always, I will have the recipe with all of the ingredients in the description box, so you can go down and get that if you need to. It's pretty simple. Most of the times I don't really measure anything, so they're kind of eyeballed. So just put in there what you like and the amounts that you like. All right, so my chicken is ready, and you can see the batter is not too dry and it's not too wet. So this is about what you want it to look like. Before I stick it in my oil, I'm going to take a little bit of the batter and I'm going to drop it in and see how quickly it comes back up. If it comes up and starts sizzling pretty quick, then I know it's ready. All right. So what you want to do is you want to slowly put your chicken in the oil. And again, it's not going to cover it all the way, and that's okay. Right now I have a lot of oil in there, but as I cook each batch, I'm going to have less and less oil. You don't want this to be too hot, because if it's too hot, it's going to brown it too fast and the inside won't get done. So what you do is you put this in, turn it to like a medium to medium low. There you go. I'm only going to have 4 pieces in there. And then I'm going to put a lid on it and let it simmer for probably about 6 or 7 minutes per side. Now I have kids, so of course they say 6, 7. So about 6 or 7 minutes per side until it's golden brown. You do want to make sure that it's cooked all the way through. A lot of times what I do is I look for the meat to start pulling away from the bone right at the end of it, at the end of the leg where you hold it and you eat it. Other than that, I mean, all I'm going to do is take my plate back over here, bread some more chicken, and wait for this to finish. I will put a lid on it while it cooks. Okay, so this has been cooking for about 6 minutes, 7 minutes, and it's a nice golden brown, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. And I'm going to let it cook for about 5 more minutes. And when I pull it out, I'll put it on a cookie sheet with a wire rack on it, so that way it doesn't set in the grease. Okay, so these are done. They're a nice golden brown. What I'm going to do is put them on the cooling rack on the cookie sheet, and then I'll put them in the oven so they kind of stay warm. While I do that, I'm going to let the oil come back up to temp before I put a new batch in.
Here's what the chicken looks like when it's done. The recipe will be down in the description box. Thank you for watching, and if you could please like and subscribe, it would really help my channel grow. Thank you.